So, yeah. So last time we started out with parallel circuits. Tinignan natin kung paano i-apply or paano gumawa ng phasor diagram from the parallel circuits, and then in-apply natin ito parallel circuits sa series parallel RLC circuit na nakikita nyo rito. Okay? So yan. Okay, and then of course nag-discuss tayo ng example. Okay. Medyo mabagal lang pala yung pag-load. Yeah, okay. So nag-discuss tayo ng examples. So yan yung example na yan. And then um sinabi natin, discuss natin na yung isa sa mga important na circuits na ginagamit sa electronics, which is yung tank circuit. Okay. Can I ask kung ano yung nakikita niyo sa screen niyo ngayon? Kasi dito sa nakikita ko ngayon medyo mabagal yung paglitaw. So anong nakikita niyo ngayon? Yung tank circuit ba? Yeah, pero lumitaw ba siya ngayon lang or kanina pa siya na ano, naka-display?
May parang delay po siya.
Yeah, oo nga eh. So, hindi ko alam kung bakit ka. Okay. Okay, sige. Ngayon mas mabilis na yata. Okay, sige. So, tignan natin tong isang example na ito. Resonance circuit in a communication receiver has 680 microhenry inductor in parallel with a 180 picofarad capacitor. So, what is the resonant frequency for this circuit? So, immediately, dapat ma-recognize nyo na itong circuit na to is a tank circuit. Okay? Tank circuit siya kasi yung components lang ng circuit na ito ay yung inductor tsaka capacitor. And it doesn't show na yung inductor ay merong series na winding resistance or parallel na resistance. Okay? And then wala ring load resistance, and then wala ring internal resistance yung power supply. So it's just an ideal tank circuit. And to solve for yung resonant frequency, yung equation na gagamitin ay so A resonant frequency FR ay equals to 1 over 2 pi square root of LC. And equal yan sa 1 over 2 pi square root ng 680 microhenry times 180 picofarad. So yung resonant frequency dito ay equals sa 455 kilohertz. Okay. Okay, which is a standard frequency. So kung iisipin ninyo, this is frequency corresponding to an AM radio station. Okay. Now, letter B, ang tanong is, if 2 volts is across the parallel combination, what is the current in each component and the total current? Okay, so in this case, to solve for the current, okay, of course, dito sa circuit, 2 volts talaga yung ano dito. 2 volts across the inductor, tsaka 2 volts across the capacitor kasi they are both parallel to the input voltage of 2 volts. Okay. So to solve for the individual currents, all we need to do is to solve first for the inductive reactance dun sa inductor and then capacitive reactance dun sa capacitor. And then we can get the current from there. So for the inductor, we need the inductive reactance, which is equal to 2 pi FL, okay, or equal to sa 2 pi times 455 kilohertz times yung inductor na 680, inductance na 680 microhenry. So ang XL in this case ay 1.94 kilo kiloohms. And this will give us a current which is equal to yung voltage, okay, due to the source divided by yung inductive reactance. So this is 2 volts divided by 1.94 kiloohms or yung current dito ay 1.03 milliamperes. Now, yung capacitive reactance naman is given by well, it's given by 1 over 2 pi fc. But it's also equal to XL. Bakit siya equal sa XL? Kasi what we solve for here is the resonant frequency. And that resonance, diba, XL is equal to XC. Okay, so we don't really need to use this equation kasi we already know that the circuit is in resonance. So a resonant circuit, okay, or a circuit is in resonant. Okay. So at least or yung frequency na ginagamit dito is resonant at the resonant frequency. So this is equal also to 1.94 kiloohms. But in this case, yung current equals to Vs over Xc equals to 2.0 volts divided by 1.94 kiloohms. At yung IC ay equal din sa 1.03 milliampere. Ano ngayon ang total current dito? Now, remember na ang uh, uh, current through the inductor ay out of phase sa current through the capacitor by 180 degrees. So, yung total na current at resonance para sa circuit na ito ay equal sa IL minus IC. Kasi di ba, ano sila? Out of phase sila. Okay? So, equal to sa 0 amperes. Okay? So, at resonance, yung total current is 0. So, ganyan talaga yung ginagawa nung, no, ganyan talaga yung nangyayari sa tank circuit. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Okay, sige. So tulad ng pinag-usapan natin last time, ang nangyayari sa tank circuit is pag meron kang input na voltage, okay? So, ang unang charge dito ay yung capacitor kasi it takes a while for the energy kumpara sa ano, for the energy through the inductor to be fully charged. Mas mabilis actually mag-charge sa capacitor. So you have the capacitor first. So you charge the capacitor first. And then once the capacitor is charged, okay, then tawag dito, then malilipat yun sa inductor during the negative cycle ng circuit, nung input. So ito yung positive cycle, charge mo yung capacitor dito, nagre-resist ka pa rito sa inductor. And then during the negative cycle, baliktad naman yung nangyayari. So magbabaliktad lang yung current. Okay? So, yan yung nangyayari pagdating sa tank circuit. Okay, now, and then, um, pinag-aralan din natin before na pag meron tayong series na winding resistance, okay, series na winding resistance dun sa inductor, the way we treat this is to convert this non-ideal tank circuit to this parallel RLC equivalent. And meron tayong equation na ginagamit for this. Okay, naalala nyo ba? Okay, so yung equation na ginagamit natin ay ito. So L equivalent equals to L Q squared plus 1 over Q squared. And then RP equivalent ay equals to RW times Q squared plus 1. Okay, so we just write them down here. So R equivalent or RP equivalent ay equals sa RW times Q squared plus 1. And then yung L equivalent ay equals sa L times Q squared plus 1 over Q squared. Okay, let's double check. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, and then yeah, so dito. Okay, and then at resonance, ang nangyayari is yung parallel LC portion okay, appears open, okay, kasi yung current na dumadaan dito is zero. Okay? So dahil zero yung current, ibig sabihin, it appears na walang, anong tawag dito, walang connection between this terminal at saka this terminal. Okay? So parang walang connection kasi walang dumadaan na current, which means na open itong portion na ito, which means na okay, you're taking the output across these two terminals. Okay? Okay, so again, kung walang current, it means na yung impedance is, tawag dito, it implies na yung impedance is infinite. So yung circuit across these two terminals ay open. Okay, so you are simply taking, if you want to know the voltage, you are simply taking the voltage across this equivalent na winding resistance, yung RP na equivalent. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at this example para mas maging klaro sa inyo. Okay, so in this example, determine the impedance of the circuit in figure 48. Okay, at the resonant frequency, which is 17.794 kilohertz. Okay. So, ano yung impedance ng circuit? So first we have to uh, anong una natin kailangan makuha dito? Okay, para makuha yung impedance. Okay, so kailangan muna natin yung quality factor. Okay, so yung impedance ng circuit is given by yung RP equivalent, okay, which is given by RW times Q squared plus 1. Okay, so bakit ulit ganon? Kasi nga, di ba, i-convert natin itong circuit na ito to its parallel equivalent, okay, which is given by this. So ito ngayon yung RP equivalent. Okay, and then ito yung L equivalent, and then ito yung, sorry, yung L equivalent, and then ito naman yung capacitance. Okay, so ang RP equivalent is, is given by Q squared plus 1 times RW, and then yung L equivalent ay equals sa L times Q squared plus 1 divided by Q squared. Okay, so ang Q squared dito, okay, if you recall, ang Q is given by XL over R. Okay, over the resistance, kung ano man yung resistance na present. Okay, but okay, yung contribution nito sa itong dalawa sa impedance is zero. Kasi 'di ba, yung yung XL, okay, at saka yung XC ay 180 degrees out of out of phase. Okay. So, yung total na impedance dahil lang dito sa dalawang circuit na ito ay equal to zero. So yung total na impedance ng buong circuit na ito will simply be equal to yung RP equivalent, which is kung ano yung sinulat natin dito. So to get the RP equivalent, we only need to get the winding resistance and multiply it by the quality factor squared plus 1. Okay, so yung quality factor is given by XL over R. Ang XL is 2 pi FL over R. Ngayon, anong R yung gagamitin natin dito? Okay, since, anong tawag dito? Since ang circuit na to, okay, ay makukuha natin o yung quality factor ay makukuha natin from this. Okay, hindi natin i-include yung effect sorry, hindi natin i-include yung effect nung XL. Okay? Kasi nandito nga naka-incorporate na yung XL. So equal na natin sa 2 pi times yung given na resonant frequency, which is 17,794 Hertz. Okay, times yung inductance, which is 8 millihenry divided by yung winding resistance, excuse me, okay, which is 50 50 ohms. So yung quality factor dito is 800 or 17.9. 17.9. So which means na yung total impedance given by winding resistance times Q squared plus 1 ay equals sa 50 ohms times 17.9 squared plus 1, okay, at equal to sa 16 uh, kilo ohms. Okay, so that's how you get the total impedance of the circuit. Okay, for this type of circuit. Okay, na kung saan yung resistance, yung winding resistance ay in series with the inductance. Okay, so any questions? Okay, sige. Now, just give me a few, tawag dito, a few minutes to sort of transfer to another notebook. Okay, so this is parallel resonance. Okay, so, and then, oops, saan ko ba sinave to? Okay, export. And tapos, okay, so here we have a parallel, tawag dito, a resistance, a winding resistance which is modeled na parallel dun sa inductance. Okay. So, tawag dito, kanina naka-series yung winding resistance. But in this case, we model the parallel, we model the winding resistance as parallel to the inductance. Okay? Anong ibig sabihin ng pag-parallel? Okay, pag series kasi, so you're simply taking yung resistance, if you measure yung resistance between those two ends ng inductor, then that's basically your winding resistance. Okay, but itong parallel na to, so merong resistance between each loop kasi 'di ba umiikot lang yung naka-loop lang yung So between each loop, meron ding resistance. Okay, so you consider the resistance of one loop. Okay, so the resistance of one loop, and then the resistance of another, and then you have these two parallel resistance. But then you have these multiple loops. So in effect, you have this parallel na winding resistance. Okay, so doon nakukuha yung parallel na equivalent. Okay, so in this case, how do we treat yung parallel na winding resistance? So, well, in effect, para na rin siya yung circuit kanina na kung saan yung parang siyang circuit earlier na kung saan meron na tayo nitong parallel na resistance dito, okay? And then parallel na resistance dito and then dito at saka dyan. Okay, so all we need to do actually is to combine this, okay, into yung parallel. Remember, this is R equivalent and this is XL. To combine this into its equivalent na impedance, okay, and solve for yung result. Okay, so ang unang result na makukuha natin dito, unang kailangan natin malaman of course is yung resonant na frequency.
Sir?
Okay?
Sir?
Yes.
Sir?
Yes.
Excuse po. Wala po yata nakashare na presentation.
Ay, okay. Sorry. Kanina pa ba yan o ngayon lang?
Ah, ngayon lang po, sir.
Nawala. Okay, so ngayon nakikita niyo na siguro? Okay, sige. Thank you. So, okay lang na mag-start na dito? Nung ini-explain ko yung origin ng parallel na winding resistance, nakita ba yon o hindi?
Ah, simula po dun sa parallel po. Di na po siya
Okay.
nakita.
So, dito. Okay, sige, sige, sige. Ganito na lang. So, ito. So, meron kang parallel na winding resistance dito. Okay, and then meron kang it's parallel with the X with the inductive reactance. So you can think of it as parang ganito. So parallel na resistance and then yung yung ano. So R and then XL. So parallel sila sa isa't isa. Okay? And then of course yung XC. Okay? So that's one way to think of yung circuit. But we have to sort of tawag dito, combine these, okay, okay, to its to what we call XL equivalent, okay? Kasi at resonance, they should be equal to XC. Okay, so yun yung gusto natin gawin dito. Okay. And the way to do that, okay, is that we write out we write out yung equation for XL equivalent. Okay, so ang XL equivalent, yung XL equivalent ay equal sa, okay, so 2 pi FR, okay, which is yung resonant frequency, di ba, times L, times Q squared plus 1 over Q squared. Okay, so walang bago dito kasi this is essentially omega, itong term na ito. And then itong term naman na ito is essentially yung L equivalent ninyo. Okay. So, and then, of course, yung XC. Ang XC is given by 1 over 2 pi FR C. Okay, so at resonance, for this type of circuit, okay, dapat yung dalawa na yan ay equal sa isa't isa. So, ibig sabihin, ililipat ko na lang ito dito sa kabila. Okay, so ibig sabihin, 2 pi FRL Q squared plus 1 over Q squared ay equal sa 1 over 2 pi FR of C, FRC. So, FR is equal to, pag simplify natin, 1 over 2 pi square root of LC. Okay, and then Q squared over Q squared plus 1. Okay, so this is nothing but yung FR, okay, without yung parallel, okay, at saka yung series na resistance. And this is itong pagdagdag na to is the effect of including yung parallel na winding resistance at saka yung series na winding resistance. Okay? So that should be easy to remember. Okay, or to understand them. Okay, so um ang kailangan lang natin tignan dito is this. So, if Q is greater than or equal to 10, okay, ibig sabihin, pwede nyo nang i-approximate itong buong term na to, pwede nyo nang i-approximate as equal to 1. Okay, bakit? Kasi you're essentially doing this, di ba? Ang numerator is 100 divided by 100 plus 1, and then you take the square root of that. Okay, so this will be approximately 0.995. Okay, which is approximately equal to so on. So if you have a quality factor that is greater than or equal to 10, then you can simply ignore yung nandiyan sa square root na yan, and then it just simply reduces to yung original na expression for the resonant frequency. Okay? Now, if yung case is okay, so in the case where the winding resistance is the only resistance in the coil, okay? Sorry, in the circuit, okay? Then yung resonant frequency is reduced to this form. 1 minus R omega squared, RW squared, yung winding resistance times C divided by L, okay? And then you take the square root of that and then divide it by 2 pi square root of LC. So essentially, ito lang yung nadagdag dun sa ano, dun sa expression for the resonant frequency. Okay? So, yun lang yung kailangan nyo tandaan. We don't need to derive this kasi medyo lengthy din yung pag-derive niyan. But if you just remember na pag meron kang winding resistance, you simply add this factor dun sa expression for the resonant frequency. Okay? Okay, so siyempre we consider an example and ito yung example na titignan natin. So find the frequency, impedance, and total current at resonance, okay, for the circuit in the given figure. Okay, using equation 19. Okay, anong equation 19? So check ko lang. Ang equation 19 ay hmm? Ito. Equation 19 is ito yung equation 19. Okay? Kasi, bakit applicable to? Kasi titignan mo sa circuit, ito lang, meron kang winding resistance. Okay? So, yun yung winding resistance of the coil. Okay? So, in this case, medyo straightforward yung pag-compute nito. Okay? So, uh, the resonant frequency, okay, is given by, okay, 1 minus RW squared C over L. Then you take the square root of that divided by 2 pi, and then square root ng LC. Okay, so this will be equal to 1 minus, yung winding resistance ay 100 ohms. And then square that, tapos yung capacitance is 0.047 microfarad divided by yung inductance, which is 100 millihenry. Okay, take the square root of that, divide everything by 2 pi, and then 0.047 microfarad yung capacitance, 100 millihenry yung inductance. You take the square root of that. So yung resonant frequency nito will be equal to 2.32 kilohertz. Okay. Next question is, ano yung impedance? And then, ano yung total current at resonance? Okay, so anong impedance in this case? So, ang impedance, so ito yung una, and then susunod ay impedance is given by ZR equals yung winding resistance times Q squared plus 1. Okay? Naintindihan niyo ba kung bakit ito? Bakit yan lang? Kasi, remember na at resonance, okay, ganito pa rin siya, di ba? Nakaparallel pa rin yung winding resistance niyan. So essentially, ang equivalent na circuit yan is this. Okay, dyan. So, and then, remember na yung inductance at saka yung capacitance, yung kanilang total impedance, silang dalawa lang is 0. Okay, kasi 180 degrees sila out of phase. At ang matitira lang, so the output is taken from the equivalent na parallel resistance. But in this case, it's not the equivalent parallel resistance, but the winding, okay, but the winding resistance. So that's why yung total resistance ng circuit is only given by Rw, which is the winding resistance, times Q squared plus 1. So first, we need to solve for Q. Okay, so anong quality factor? Ang quality factor is XL over yung winding resistance. Okay, so this is 2 pi Fr times L divided by the winding resistance. At yung quality factor, okay, is equal to, yung XL is equal to 2 pi times 2.32 kilohertz, okay, times 100 millihenry, okay, divided by the winding resistance, which is 100 ohms. Okay. Okay, so now that we've solved that, we can now solve for ZR. Okay, so the total impedance, okay, is equal to the winding resistance, which is 100 ohms, times, oh sorry, hindi ko pala nilagay yung quality factor. Ang quality factor is 14.6. So this is times 14.6 squared plus 1. So ang total impedance is 21.4 kilo ohms. Okay. So yung total current is then given by the source voltage divided by the total impedance. Ang source voltage ay 10 volts. Okay, so 10 volts divided by 21.4 kilo ohms equal to sa 467 microampere. Okay? Okay. So, yeah. So yun yung ano. Remember that kaya natin pwedeng gamitin ito kasi sinabi dito sa problem, okay, na meron kang winding resistance. At yan yung nakaisa-isang resistance dyan sa circuit na yan, yung winding resistance. Okay, but of course, that's sort of semi-ideal na case. Okay. Ang ideal is LC lang talaga, but maraming sources ng mga resistances. So aside from the winding resistance, okay, you have yung source resistance, okay, due to the resistance of the voltage. And then you also have the load resistance, which is, of course, hindi yan talaga may iwasan. Kasi once you connect your power source to the load, then meron tinatawag na voltage loading. Tulad nung pinag-aralan natin much, much earlier nung nag-start tayo sa 173. Okay, so how do we factor in itong voltage loading na ito, itong mga resistances na ito? Okay, so ang gagawin natin is that first we convert itong winding resistance, itong part ng circuit na ito, okay, di ba? Into yung parallel na RP equivalent and then yung parallel na L equivalent and then yung capacitance. Okay, C. And then, okay, and then may load ka, di ba? RL. Okay, so ito yung RL. And then dito yung source. Okay, so dyan yung source. Okay, then, ito at saka ito, we take note that they are parallel. Okay. So, kailangan natin kulin yung equivalent na parallel circuit with. Yan yung RP total ngayon. Okay, so the RP total is equal to the RP equivalent. Okay? At ang RP equivalent, equal to sa RP equivalent parallel sa load resistance. Okay? So, what about yung quality factor? How do we determine kung ano yung quality factor? Kasi ngayon meron ka ng load resistance. So the quality factor now includes yung load resistance which is incorporated dun sa RP total. So this will be equal to RP total over XL. Now, pansinin nyo, anong ano dito? Anong bago dito sa equation for the quality factor? Sige nga, tignan natin kung nagpe-pay attention kayo. So, anong bago dyan? Mas madaling tumakas pag online, ano? Pag face-to-face, yuyuko lang kayo pero matatawag pa rin kayo. Okay, anong bago dito? Sa expression for the quality factor? Sinong makakasagot? Ang difference? Kanina, ang quality factor is given by XL over R. Okay, but this time, kung titignan nyo, reciprocal na sila ng isa't isa. Di ba? So, paano nangyari yun? Okay. Okay. So, hindi na natin titignan yung details ng derivation. Pero, when you incorporate the load, okay, with the load resistance, ito yung gagamitin natin na equation. Pero without the load resistance, ito yung gagamitin natin. If it's only the winding resistance. Okay? Kung mapapansin nyo rin, kung hindi nyo pa naisip, if the winding resistance is not present, then you have a quality factor, okay, which is infinite. Okay? Okay, which is of course very ideal. Okay. But with the load resistance, okay, then you have a quality factor which is actually zero. Okay, kasi yung RP equivalent nyo, okay, RP equivalent, if you recall, is RW times Q squared plus 1. Okay, and if RW is not present, then RP equivalent is 0. Then yung parallel na equivalent nito, yung RP total will also be 0. Okay, so this means na yung quality factor will be 0 if you have a load resistance. Okay, so it's a lot to I understand that it's a lot to take in. But pag nag-aaral na kayo later, all you have to take a look at is okay, meron bang first of all, ideal ba siya na circuit? So you have if it's ideal meaning L and C lang, wala na ibang resistances. Then quality factor is straightforward. Okay, it's infinite. Okay, so you don't have to solve for the quality factor. But tawag dito, pwede nyo pa rin masolve yung current. Okay, yung total current is zero, of course. Yung total current is zero for that circuit. Okay, and tawag dito, and ang nangyayari lang is nagkakaroon lang kayo ng exchange of energy between these two circuit elements. Now, if you add the series winding resistance, okay, if there's a series winding resistance, then ang gagamitin nyo ng equation is yung RW. So you convert first to this type of circuit. Okay, tapos you use this equation, RP equivalent equals to RW square as RW times Q squared plus 1. And then your L equivalent is equal to L times Q squared plus 1 over Q squared. Okay. Then if you have a parallel winding resistance naman, then you use this equation. Yung may dito nasa taas. Okay, itong equation na ito. Okay? And then if you add a load resistance, then you simply take the equivalent resistances first. Okay, huwag niyo muna pakialaman yung equivalent, yung inductance at capacitance. Kasi if you take the resistances first, you take their equivalent, then you don't need to worry actually about yung inductance at capacitance at resonance. Kasi 'di ba, ang net effect nila at resonance is just zero, 'di ba? So walang current going through L and Q. Okay, so yun lang yung mga kailangan yung bantayan kung ano yung mga resistances na present. Now, if there's no load resistance, then you use this equation. And then if there's a load resistance, then you use this equation. Where this one is, tawag dito, is given by the equivalent resistance, which includes the load resistance. Okay? So, yun ang tawag dito, yung mga tips na pwedeng ibigay sa inyo. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Okay, so dapat nagpa-practice na rin kayo mag-solve ng problems. I know that you ask for problems that you can solve, but dun sa reference material, you can choose yung mga problems from the mula dun sa end ng chapters, okay, ng book. And I know na hindi kayo nagbabasa ng book. Paano ko alam 'yon? Kasi nakikita ko kayo na nagsosolve ng mga examples sa klase, mga examples na binibigay sa inyo. Okay? And you're solving them as if, tawag dito, you're solving them for the first time or you don't know, although you don't look at the reference. Kasi ito yung mga examples lang dun sa reference material sa book. Okay, so kaya ang impression ko talaga is hindi kayo nagbabasa ng book. Meron tayong reference material, you have to start reading that, di ba? Exam na is on Saturday. Okay, and you have to start. If you haven't yet, you have to solve problems dun sa mga chapters. Okay, for RL, RC, RLC, okay, dun sa end ng chapters na yun. Okay? Para ma-practice kayo sa pagsosolve ng problems. Okay. So, the next part is tawag dito, resonant or filters ulit. Okay. So, we discussed filters earlier, but in the context of a series RLC circuit. And if you recall, a band pass filter sa series RLC ay kinukuha yung output across the resistor. Tapos yung band stop filter, okay, ay kinukuha across the series L and C. Okay? So recall, okay, for a series RLC, sorry. Okay, so kung dito nyo kukunin yung output, then you have a band pass filter. Okay, pero kung dito nyo kukunin yung output, then you have a band stop filter. Now, okay, so para lang ma-qualify natin for a series RLC circuit. Now, for a parallel, okay, a basic parallel resonant bandpass filter involves, okay, a parallel LC circuit, okay, in series with a resistor. Okay? So, ang parallel lang dito ay yung LC. Of course, if you have a winding resistance, then you have to convert, okay, yung parallel na na yon, parallel na circuit na yon, okay, into its equivalent na resistor, inductor, at saka capacitor. And then you simplify yung circuit. Okay? Tawag dito, but yung basic na parallel resonant bandpass filter is this. Okay, ang parallel lang ay yung L at saka yung C. So you take the output across the parallel LC circuit or across the tank circuit. Okay, so recall that this is a tank circuit. Okay, so yan ang magiging ano nyo ngayon, parallel, tawag dito, band pass filter. Okay, and yung itsura ng band pass filter, ay, hindi ko pala nasama dito. Yung figure. Okay, sige. I think we can use yung figure na ginamit natin last time. If it's here. Yeah. Oh, so ano pala to? Teka, tingnan natin na. Okay. Okay, sige. Pwede pa rin naman natin gamitin to kasi it's yung response naman ng ng band pass filter ay pareho lang regardless kung ano yung kung series siya or parallel siya. So ganun pa rin. So itsura ng ang itsura ng output voltage as a function of frequency, okay, for a band pass filter is given by this. Okay, so ganun pa rin yung gagawin natin. So yung peak ng band pass filter, okay, ay makikita natin dito sa sa maximum value niya. Yun yung resonant that it corresponds to the resonant frequency. Okay, and then you take 70% of the maximum. Okay, tignan nyo kung saan nag-intersect yung 70% na yon. Okay, dun sa curve. Tapos i-project nyo siya dun sa frequency diagram, frequency axis. Okay, and then kunin yung lower frequency ng intersection tsaka upper frequency ng intersection. And yung bandwidth is simply given by yung difference between those two frequencies. Okay, so ganun lang din para sa ganitong klaseng circuit. Okay, so yung bandwidth is still given by, okay, F2 minus F1, and then of course you solve for the resonant frequency. Okay, in this case, kung ganyan lang siya, okay, wala kang winding resistance, and it's just 1 over 2 pi square root ng LC. Okay? Okay, so what if you have a winding resistance? Anong gagawin nyo ngayon? So tulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo before, okay, gagawin ninyo is i-convert nyo yan. Oh, by the way, hindi lang winding resistance yung nandito. Meron ka pang load na resistance, di ba? So, syempre, ang una nyo gagawin is to convert this to its equivalent na circuit na R equivalent, RP equivalent, parallel sa L, parallel sa C. Tapos, you get yung total na parallel na resistances. Okay, yung RP equivalent at saka yung load resistance. Okay? Then you have this circuit ngayon. You end up with this circuit. Okay? So, ang output ngayon is given by this equation. Yung RP total divided by RS plus RP total times yung source voltage. And this is, if you notice, okay, siguro at this time, dapat familiar na kayo, this is nothing but yung voltage divider equation. Okay? Bakit hindi kasama yung LC na circuit? Kasi wala nga dumadaan na current. Okay, yung total current passing through the parallel LC circuit is zero. And if that is zero, that's open, di ba? So open itong terminals na ito. Okay, the whole circuit sees this as open, which means na yung voltage niya ay zero. Okay, or sorry, dito lang, voltage sa LC, okay, across the LC, okay, is zero. But yung actual na output voltage is given by this voltage divider equation, which involves itong RP total at saka itong source resistance. Okay, and that's how you treat yung tawag dito, yung circuit ninyo if the winding resistance, if there's a series winding resistance at saka a load resistance. Okay, so that yun yung magiging output voltage niya. Okay, so okay. Any questions? $50. Okay. Sige, so tingnan natin dito. Tingnan natin kung naintindihan ninyo. So determine FR, V out, and the bandwidth at resonance for the filter in figure 56A. So ito yung figure 56A, yung letter A dyan. Okay. Okay, so for that type of filter, ano yung resonant frequency, okay, at ano yung output voltage, at ano yung bandwidth. Okay, so kung titignan natin mabuti, walang winding resistance dun sa na in series with the inductor. So for letter A, straightforward yung pag-compute ng resonant frequency. Okay, so it's just 1 over 2 pi square root ng LC. So 1 over 2 pi square root ng 560 microhenry times 27 nanofarad. Okay. And this is equal to 40.9 kilohertz. Okay. So this circuit is tawag dito, wala ring load. Okay, so wala ka ng winding resistance, so wala ka ring load. So if we want to solve for the output voltage, okay, so anong equation for the output voltage dito? Okay, so kailangan natin yung okay, wait a second. Sorry. Na-miss ko ata yun. The inductor has a winding resistance. Meron pala. The inductor has a winding resistance of 10.5 ohms and the source resistance is 50 ohms. Meron pala siyang winding resistance. Okay? Pero nevertheless, ang resonant frequency is still given by that expression. Okay, so kung meron siyang winding resistance, then yung output voltage is given by Rp total divided by Rp total plus yung source resistance and then yung source voltage. Okay, now Rp total, nung tinignan natin sa previous na slide, kung titignan sa previous na slide is, dito, yung Rp equivalent tapos yung load resistance. Pero wala kang load resistance, so yung Rp total is just equal to the Rp equivalent. So the parallel equivalent resistance. Okay, so in this case, di ba, since meron kang, sabi ba rito series, winding resistance of 10.5 ohms, so yung Rp total natin dito will just be equal to yung Rp equivalent. Okay, but this is equal to Rw times Q squared plus 1. Okay, so we need to solve for Q, di ba? And since wala kang load, ang gagamitin natin is XL over yung winding resistance. Okay, so this is given by 2 pi Fr times L divided by yung winding resistance. Okay, and this is equal to 2 pi times 40.9 kilohertz times yung inductance na 560 microhenry divided by 50 ohms, right? Source resistance, 10.5 ohms pala, yung winding resistance. So the quality factor ay equals of 13.7. Then yung Rp total ngayon ay equal sa Rw. Okay. Sige, sulitan natin ng diretso. 10.5 ohms times yung quality factor na 13.7 squared plus 1. Okay, and this will be equal to 1.98. kilo ohms. Okay? Which means na yung output voltage ay equal sa 1.98 kilo ohms divided by 1.98 kilo ohms plus yung source resistance, okay, na 50 ohms. Okay, multiplied by yung source voltage na 1 volt. Okay, so this will be equal to 975 millivolts. Okay, now the next is to calculate the bandwidth. And para makuha natin yung bandwidth, ano yung equation for the bandwidth? It's FR over Q. Okay? So, ang Q in this case is, ang gagamitin natin is RP total divided by XL. Okay, so it's 1.98 kilo ohms divided by XL, which is 2 pi times 40.9 kilohertz times 560 microhenry. So this is equal to 13.8. Okay, and yung bandwidth ay equal lang sa 40.9 kilohertz divided by 13.8 or equal to sa 2.96 kilohertz. Okay, so yan yung bandwidth. Okay? Any questions? Okay, so dagdag lang ako ng isang dito, slide. Okay, so repeat part A. When the filter is loaded with a 1 kilo ohm resistance, and compare the result. So ngayon meron kang load resistance. Okay, anong mababago dito? Okay, anong mababago? Ang mababago dito, of course, ay itong RP total. Okay, so magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng RP total. Yung bago nating, so for letter B, yung RP total ay equal sa yung load resistance para sa RP equivalent. Okay, at yung load resistance is 1 kilo ohm, yun yung given, parallel yan sa 2.07 kilo ohms. Yun yung na-solve natin kanina dito. Eh? 1.98, sorry. 1.98. 1.98. Yung 2.07, yun yung RP total sa letter A. So, ang RP equivalent is that. So, ang RP total sa letter B ay equal sa 674 ohms. So, which means na yung output voltage is, which is given by RP total divided by RP total plus RS times VS ay equal sa 674 ohms divided by 674 ohms plus 50 ohms times 1 volt at equal to sa 930 millivolts. Okay, and dahil sa load resistance, yung output voltage is reduced from 975 millivolts to 930 millivolts. What about yung bandwidth? Yung bandwidth is given by FR over Q. Ang FR is 40.9 kilohertz. Okay, at yung Q, okay, ay i-compute natin from RP total divided by XL. So this is 674 ohms divided by 2 pi times 40.9 kilohertz times L, ano nga yung L? 560 microhenry. Okay, at equal to ngayon sa 8.74, sorry, 4.68. So, yung quality factor is reduced from 13.8 down to 4.68. So, yung bandwidth ngayon, okay, will then be equal to 8.74 kilohertz. So, yung bandwidth actually increased from 2.96 kilohertz to 8.74 kilohertz. So by simply adding yung load resistance, okay, nag-increase yung bandwidth. Okay, so yan yung effect ng voltage loading. So it's not just on the output voltage, but also on the bandwidth of the circuit. And we all know how important the bandwidth is, depende sa application. So if you're looking at yung radio station, for example, okay, so ang nangyayari is when your tank circuit is loaded, okay, bumababa na yung amplitude, yung output voltage, lumalapad pa yung bandwidth. So you really have to design yung circuit ninyo, okay, in terms of yung load na gusto nyong ilagay dun sa tank circuit para ma-optimize ninyo yung bandwidth. Okay? So, any questions? Teka, check ko lang kung may questions kayo sa. Okay, sige, wala kayong questions. Okay, so ang next dito ay yung band stop filter. Okay, so para sa band stop filter, you take the output across tawag dito, across the resistor, the load resistance. Okay, as seen in this circuit. So yung output voltage ngayon dito, okay, is nothing but yung voltage divider circuit na kung saan you take the output across the resistance, the load resistance. So this is RL over RL plus yung equivalent impedance, okay, nung parallel na LNC. So kung ano man yung impedance nito, okay, yan yung ilalagay nyo dyan sa voltage divider circuit niya. And syempre, multiply niyo yan by the input voltage. Okay? So, yan yung tawag dito. Output voltage for a parallel circuit. Sorry, for a parallel resonant circuit. Okay, and then tignan natin itong simple na example na ito. So, figure 59 shows the tank circuit from example 23. Okay, okay. So, which is used in a band stop filter. So, determine FR and V out at resonance. So, anong FR dito? Ang FR, okay, so hindi na kailangan. FR is 1 over 2 pi square root ng LC. Okay. So, equal to sa 1 all over 2 pi, tapos 560 microhenry, and then 27 nanofarad. Then you take the square root of that. Okay, this gives us 40.9 kilohertz, okay, which is the same bandwidth, okay, as we solved earlier. Okay, so dapat lang kasi pareho lang naman yung circuit elements. Okay, and ano ngayon yung V out in this case? So ang V out is now given by RL over RL plus ZR. Okay, ano ang ZR dito? Well, ang ZR, okay, remember that itong L ay merong series na resistance. 'Di ba? Sabi dun previous na example. Ayun na. So winding resistance of 10.5 ohms. Tapos ang source resistance is 50 ohms. Okay, so it's the same circuit. Okay, so meron ka ngayong series na resistance. Okay, but we already solved for the series resistance before, series equivalent resistance before. Okay, at sinabi natin na equal lang siya sa, so ito na siya. So equal lang siya sa RP total or RP equivalent. Okay, or RP equivalent. Okay, so dito ang ilalagay natin ay ZR na kung saan yung ZR ay equal lang sa RP equivalent. Okay, so bakit ganon? Kasi remember that this is a series resistance. As i-convert mo yan into parallel na RP equivalent na inductor and then na capacitor. Parallel sila sa isa't isa. And again, yung effect nito, yung current na dumadaan dyan sa dalawang circuit na yan is still zero. So, yung current dumadaan talaga sa RP equivalent. And that's why you only need to solve for the resistance through the RP equivalent circuit, RP equivalent. Okay, so this is nothing but RW times Q squared plus 1, okay, which we already solved for before, which is 1.98 kilohms. Okay, so yung V out ay equal sa 1 kilo ohm divided by 1 kilo ohm plus 1.98 kilo ohm times yung one input voltage na 1 volt. So this is 335 millivolts. Okay, so 335 millivolts. Okay, and compare that dun sa output voltage na 975 millivolts. Okay. Siyempre kasi ito ay band stop. Okay, band stop filter. Okay, so kung ano man yung output voltage dun sa load resistance. Okay, so any questions? Any questions? Wala. Okay, so of course, online tayo ngayon. Typically, there should be some exercises that na kayo sana yung magsosolve. Okay, pag tawag dito, pag face-to-face tayo. Okay. And yun nga, it's important na kayo na yung mag-start na mag-solve nung problems. Okay. Hindi pwede na dependent lang kayo sa kung paano ako nagsasolve. So, I suggest na for the remaining 20 minutes, okay, you open that reference material and you go to yung ano. So, sige, sabihin natin kung anong pages. You go through, for example, pages 652 to 655. Okay, just 652 to 655. Just pick a circuit there. Okay, na i-try nyo na i-solve. Okay. Tapos, gawin natin isa Friday. Okay, tawag dito, i-submit niyo yung mga circuit, i-submit niyo yung mga circuits na sinolve niyo. Okay, so you have 20 minutes pa. So, i-submit niyo yung solutions sa circuits na pinili ninyo. Okay? Tapos, i-discuss natin yung mga solutions niyo. Okay, so pag nag-submit kayo, magdadagdag ako ng points sa exam. If hindi kayo magsasubmit, then it's fine. Okay, nasa sa inyo yun, di ba? Kung mag-effort kayo or hindi. Kung gagamitin niyo yung remaining 20 minutes, okay, efficiently, okay, um, then if you're going to do that, you try to solve one or two problems. Okay, so ibigay niyo sa akin yung problems around 12 noon on Friday. Okay? Para makita ko pa siya bago natin i-discuss sa klase. And then mamaya bibigay ko na rin instructions kung paano tayo kung paano tayo paano i-conduct yung exam sa Saturday. For those na nagpapa-excuse sa Friday, sa Saturday, okay, nag-email ako sa inyo, you have to reply to my email kasi meron akong tinatanong doon. Okay, so please reply within the day. Okay. Para malaman natin kung paano tayo magpo-proceed dun sa exam ninyo. Okay? So, sige, you have 18 more minutes to go para mag-try na mag-solve ng problem, then i-send nyo sa akin yung solution ninyo sa sa Friday. Sa Friday. Okay? Friday 12. Okay. So kung wala nang tanong, then I will see you, I'll see you again mamaya sa 181. Okay, pero sa 4173, I'll see you on Friday. Okay, so